Good morning, students. Previously, we discussed about meristematic tissue and different types of meristematic tissue. Now, what happens to the cells which are formed from or by meristematic tissue? Now, in today's section, we'll be discussing about permanent tissues. Let's see what are permanent tissues. But before that, you should be aware of a term called cell differentiation. Cells of meristematic tissues change their shape and size to get specialized in performing other functions in plant's body. So this process is called differentiation. As you have seen that in meristematic tissue, cells, they don't have a definite shape. But after differentiation or cell differentiation, they start acquiring definite shape so as to perform their specific functions. So this process is called as cell differentiation. Cells of meristematic tissues, they differentiate to form different types of permanent tissues. Like permanent tissues, they are mainly of two types. Simple permanent tissue. So this type of tissue is composed of same type of cells. As you can see, simple tissues, that means these are very simple or they have similar type of body design. And whereas complex tissues, these are basically the group of different types of cells, but they are performing common tasks together. That means although cells, they are of different shapes and sizes, but their function is common. They are cooperating together to give rise to a single task. Now, simple permanent tissues, these are of three types. First is parenchyma, collenchyma, and third is sclerenchyma. Parenchyma tissues. Let's discuss the characteristics of parenchyma tissues. Cells of parenchyma tissues, they are living cells, that means they are live, and they are oval, elongated, and loosely packed with large intercellular space. That means they have intercellular space between them. They have some space in between two cells. Cells of parenchyma, they have small nucleus and large vacuole, and they are thin. They have thin cell wall. These tissues are found throughout the plant body. And let's see what are the different functions of parenchyma tissue. First is it supports plant body. Second, it stores food and nutrients in vacuoles. Third, sometimes parenchyma, it may contain some chlorophyll, and thus it may perform the process of photosynthesis. So that means in case if it has chlorophyll pigment present in it, then it is responsible for photosynthesis, and in that case, such parenchyma tissues, they are called as chlorenchyma because of the presence of chlorophyll. In aquatic plants like water hyacinth and lotus, you must have seen that they float on the surface of water, and this is because again of parenchyma, but they are modified parenchyma. The cells of parenchyma, they have large air cavities which allow plants to float. Make the correction, the spelling should be float. Such parenchyma tissues, they are called as aerenchyma. So this is a diagram which shows parenchyma tissue. There are two terms, transverse section and longitudinal section. Transverse section is, let's say if you are holding a pen and if you are cutting it horizontally. So in that case, you'll get some rings or small rings. So that type of section is called transverse section. Whereas suppose if you are cutting it longitudinally from top to bottom, you'll get these kind of sections which are called as longitudinal section. So section cutting you'll learn in higher classes, but you should remember that there are two terms, transverse section and longitudinal section. Transverse is horizontal, whereas longitudinal is vertical section. So this first diagram shows the transverse section. As you can see, these are the parenchyma cells, and they have some intercellular spaces. And whereas the second is longitudinal section, here you can see cytoplasm, nucleus. Nucleus, as you know, that in plants they are present at the periphery, and this vacant part or empty space is nothing but this is vacuole. As you know, in plant cell it covers around 90 to 95% of the cell volume. And this is middle lamella. Lamella means it's a thin membrane between two cells. And chloroplast, intercellular space, as you can see here, some space is present, and cell wall. It's primary and secondary cell wall, they're present there. But here it's only primary cell wall, which is shown in this longitudinal section. Now, second is collenchyma tissue. This is again the simple type of permanent tissue. Collenchyma tissues, first of all, they are again living cells. They are oval and elongated and tightly packed with no intercellular spaces. Cells of collenchyma have small nucleus, large vacuoles, and have thin cell wall, but they are thick at corners. That means wherever two cells they are combining together or adjacent cells, they have thick linings. Collenchyma tissues are found below epidermis and leaves and stem. Epidermis is basically the outer layer. So they are present just below that layer. And let's see what are the different functions. First is it provides mechanical support to the plant. And second, it provides flexibility to plants so that they can bend without breaking. You must have seen the leaves. They can be bent very easily without breaking. And even the twigs, branches, they can be bent up to a certain extent. And that flexibility is just because of the presence of this tissue, which is called collenchyma tissue. So please do remember, collenchyma, they are responsible for providing flexibility to the plant part. So this diagram shows collenchyma in transverse section and longitudinal section. As you can see here, these are different types of collenchyma cells, and they are forming tissue. Wall thickening, yes, I have told you earlier, wherever they are touching each other or adjacent cells, they have thick walls, and nucleus is present. Vacuole, of course, it occupies most of the space of the cell. Cell wall is there. And here in longitudinal section, wherever these two cells they are joining together, thickening is always found at these places. And primary cell wall thickened at the corners, and chloroplast, nucleus, vacuole, cytoplasm, of course it is there, and some intercellular space which is very less as compared to that of parenchyma. And these deposits are basically are of a chemical called lignin. Now, third type of simple permanent tissue is sclerenchyma tissues. Sclerenchyma tissues, cells of sclerenchyma they are dead. When we compare with that of parenchyma and collenchyma, these are dead, whereas parenchyma cells and collenchyma cells, they are alive. So they are narrow and elongated. Elongated means they are somewhat tubular. The cell wall in sclerenchyma is thick and hard, and lignin, a chemical substance which I have already mentioned, it hardens the cell wall. These type of tissues are found around vascular bundles like xylem and phloem, which we'll be discussing in later part of this chapter, and veins of leaves and hard covering of seeds and nuts. For example, sclerenchyma tissues, they are found in coconut husk. Yes, you must have seen the outer cover of coconut. It has coir or some hair-like fibers which are present outside. That gives protection to the inner seed. So this outer covering is made up of coconut. Even you must have seen groundnut, walnut, all the different types of nuts, they have outer cover which is basically made up of sclerenchyma. Let's see what are the different functions of sclerenchyma tissue. First is it makes parts of plant hard and stiff. Yes, wherever it is present, it makes that part hard and stiff. So it provides mechanical support or mechanical strength to that plant part. So sclerenchyma, since they are dead, so they are mainly responsible for providing mechanical support to the plant part, right? Whereas other like collenchyma and parenchyma, they are living cells and they are involved in different other life processes. So this diagram shows sclerenchyma. First is transverse section TS and second is longitudinal section LS. As you can see in this first diagram, some small pits are present between the two cells. These simple pits pair, or pits are nothing but these are the depressions in the cell wall through which the exchange of water and minerals takes place between the two cells or the adjacent cells. And here this is the longitudinal section of sclerenchyma. First it is written narrow lumen. Lumen is a cavity or a space which is present in these tubular parts or vessels, and it also has this lignified thick wall. Yes, outer cover is made up of lignin. Lignin, as I have already mentioned, that it is a chemical substance. Right, so it is present outside the sclerenchyma tissue, which makes it stiff and hard. So this is the reason why sclerenchyma they are mainly responsible for providing mechanical support to the plant part. So this is all for today. Today's topic. I hope you have understood. So today we discuss 3 types of simple permanent tissues: collenchyma, parenchyma, and sclerenchyma. So this is all for today. Thank you. Thanks a lot.